What is up, guys? Welcome to RGBtv. I am Jonathan, here with my guest host, Daniel. And we're here to talk to you today about Suicide Squad.
Nothing really matters to me.
So, Suicide Squad is the latest movie in the DC cinematic universe. It takes place after the death of Superman from Batman vs. Superman. And Amanda Waller wants to put together a team of bad guys for plausible deniability in case anything goes wrong. And this team is supposed to handle big threats. Like, for example, what if the next big superpowered person isn't as good as Superman is? So she puts together what's known as Task Force X. And that's essentially how the movie came to be. The putting together of Task Force X and their first mission and the crazy action that ensues. So, what did you think of Suicide Squad, Daniel?
I felt that the first half of the movie was fantastic. But as the story progressed, it kind of started dwindling down for me. How hyped I was for it. When I first started watching the movie, I was pleased with what I was watching. And then towards the end, I felt like it just started turning into a cliche for a superhero movie. And I started to lose interest.
That's definitely true. This movie has a cliche.
Yeah.
It's the bad guy wants to rule the world. So they open up a giant portal in the middle of a giant building.
Well, it's Enchantress and her brother, supposedly, which I don't remember if they say his name. Do they ever say?
They don't.
They do, because...
Spoiler alert. This is a spoiler review. The bad guy is Enchantress. And her brother.
You heard it here first. So basically, they stole the plot for X-Men Apocalypse. And put it in this movie.
Enchantress and her brother are woken up. They realize that humans don't
no longer worship them, and so they want to become worshipped again.
Yeah, so
basically
they
putting humans in
again.
their place.
Yeah.
And in
it's
the beginning
a plot
of the movie,
that we've already seen. Yeah. But to be honest, it didn't bother me because everything else in the movie, big time, overshadowed.
Yeah.
That plot.
Especially like I mentioned earlier, the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Which we start off with the backstory. Or quick origin stories, if you will, of the members who were going to be part of Suicide Squad.
For those who don't know who these characters are, it was just the perfect amount of origin story for each character. Yeah. And you got to know generally what they're all about.
Yeah.
And I thought most of the characters had really well written characters. They were very well written and they had great character development.
Yeah, I mean, they started off with, I think, Deadshot.
Yes, Deadshot.
And you see the dynamic that he has with his daughter, that he's doing it all for money. And then the amazing cameo of Batman.
Oh, Batman
in that scene.
A sweet cameo in this movie.
And I for one, did not expect it. I don't know if they spoiled it beforehand. But
it was in the trailers.
It was?
In one of the trailers, you get a quick glimpse of Batman.
Oh, see, well, I didn't know that. But to me, it was awesome to see him come out of nowhere. And, you know, he beats him up in that scene. And then takes him to jail.
It was very comic bookish.
Yeah.
He just kind of glides down.
Yeah,
and he's like, it's so cool. Over, Deadshot. And I was like, oh, snap. I got chills at that part.
And then, again, when they were introducing Captain Boomerang, the Flash makes a cameo as well.
The Flash.
Which was
what a great
probably
cameo, dude.
One of my favorite parts of the movie.
We were both
that
cheering.
3 seconds.
We were both cheering. We stood up, cheering, woo!
And we weren't the only ones either.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone in the theater was doing it. And then you had Harley Quinn, who classically has her relationship with the Joker.
Yes. Their relationship, man, it was straight from the TV show, man.
It was
a weird, so twisted relationship, but it was like they were made for each other, and you understood why they were.
And they play it throughout
together.
The whole movie.
Yeah.
It's not just in the beginning part. That whole dynamic between the two happens throughout the entire movie.
You see, this movie is part rescue mission, part weird love story, part cliched stop the bad guy who wants to rule the world.
Yeah.
The love story part is essentially since Harley Quinn is stuck in the Suicide Squad and she can't leave because she has a bomb in her neck, Joker's just trying to reunite. He's just trying to reunite with Harley, so he's sprinkled in throughout the whole movie as he's trying to find out where she is. He's trying to figure out how to get her, and until he finally attempts to rescue her. And I thought he fit perfect, even as a side character. Such a huge, iconic villain, the Joker. Even as a small side character in the movie, it made sense to have him in the movie, at least for me, and he fit in perfectly, just in the context of trying to reunite with Harley.
The character itself, I liked that he wasn't part of the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I liked that he was just a side character, but they made him relevant to the story.
Exactly.
But Jared Leto's performance, on the other hand...
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
Was not for me. That Joker laugh was not on point. It sounded... I don't remember how I described it earlier. Do you remember?
You said it sounded like... You said it sounded like the Count from Sesame Street.
There you go. That's exactly what it sounded like. It sounded like the Count, and it didn't give me that psychotic but humorous laugh that the other Jokers have done in the past. The Mark Hamill laugh. Even the Heath Ledger laugh. Did it more for me than Jared Leto's did. And I did not like the grills whatsoever.
The grills I didn't really like
the
either.
tattoos I liked. It made it more modern, more realistic, because if a Joker was in real life, he would have tattoos. But the grills, what was that?
The Joker, to me, I didn't mind his laugh. In fact, when he's shooting outside of the helicopter and just laughing, that part to me was awesome.
Yeah, that's very Joker.
And
when he.
Yeah. I thought Jared Leto's performance was very good. It wasn't Heath Ledger caliber great, but it was very good. It was a very good performance, and it made me want to see way more of his Joker.
Margot Robbie, on the other hand, did it for me.
She nailed it.
I honestly think that Harley might be my favorite character from the movie. She didn't do the accent that the cartoon Harley Quinn did, but it did come out here and there. But I liked her portrayal.
I liked it too.
I liked that she was very funny. She's very humorous.
I like that they showed us a quick 5 seconds of her with the original black and red.
That was fan service.
Suit.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was on point. I really, really liked that. It was for 2 seconds, but it was awesome.
Yeah, and they kind of recreated that iconic poster of her kind of wrapping her arms around the Joker and him with the suit.
It was really cool.
What a great scene, man.
Will Smith as Deadshot was actually surprisingly good for me.
Yeah, I really liked him as Deadshot.
I did like...
You can tell his acting was really in it.
Yeah, it was in it, but it still had that classic Will Smithness.
Now this is a story.
With the little one-liners here and there. I loved that they portrayed so much of how good of a marksman he is.
Yeah.
With the shooting the bullet and it ricochets off that little pad and shoots the guy behind the head. That was cool. And then when they're fighting the creatures and he's over the car just shooting randomly.
Hands down, one of my favorite scenes.
It was so cool. I really liked that they portrayed that in the movie.
A lot of the characters were very well done. Even Captain Boomerang, who I thought I wasn't really going to like. Especially when I heard that Jai Courtney, he had never heard of Captain Boomerang before. So I was kind of thinking he's not going to... He doesn't know the character.
Right.
He's not going to be... His performance is not going to be great. But he was good. He impressed
I liked him
as Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, he was funny. And Captain Boomerang is actually one of my favorite supervillains. Because I'm a huge fan of The Flash and the Rogues Gallery that The Flash has. So it was awesome to finally see a villain from the Flash series come out in a movie.
Yeah.
So I loved that. And then Killer Croc was actually really cool too.
Yeah, he's beautiful.
I'm beautiful.
I like that they didn't make him so giant. Like in the Arkham City games.
Oh, he's a monster in Arkham.
He's huge.
Almost all of these characters were very well done.
Yeah.
And the chemistry between the members of the squad, they were great. They were playing off each other well.
Yeah.
Their dialogue was
awesome. It's because they're all psycho.
Yeah.
They're
even
all psycho.
the scene at the bar when they kind of try to humanize them.
Yeah.
And
they're
they're just talking.
Yeah.
It was awesome. They had such great chemistry, and it was a great cast that made a great villain team. When it comes to the characters, like you said, Harley Quinn, Deadshot, the Joker, I liked Captain Boomerang and Killer Croc, but those are the two that left me wishing that they had more scenes dedicated just to them.
Yeah.
Like more screen time,
and
especially for Croc and for Boomerang.
Diablo, too. Who
Diablo
basically saves the day.
A great character
who
too.
basically saves the day.
His character was so well developed.
Yeah.
It made you really feel for him at the end.
Yeah, it made you hurt for him because he accidentally killing his family. Mm-hmm. And, it's, like I said, saving the day, stopping Enchantress's brother, whatever his name may be. Basically killing him and then allowing the bomb to explode, sacrificing himself at the end. Which was pretty sad.
What did you think of Enchantress as a villain?
Very forgettable. You see her for a while as Dr. Moon.
Yeah.
And then she becomes Enchantress. And then Enchantress takes over and, the whole plot for the villains start. But you really don't see her that often. She doesn't really communicate with the Suicide Squad. So there is no good or evil aspect. It's just evil villains trying to stop a bigger evil. But there is no really big interactions between her and the team. And that's something that I wanted. It's something that is a huge hole in the plot for me. She barely talked to them at all. And up until the point where they were about to battle her. And she kind of tempts them with their biggest wish.
Yeah.
But she barely speaks to them at all.
Let's talk about the true evil. The true villainous monster of this movie.
Amanda Waller.
Amanda Waller.
What?
She is cruel. She is just heartless.
Ruthless.
And she's a badass.
She's awesome.
Wow.
She is so
That
awesome.
is hands down the definitive movie live action Amanda Waller.
It's the best, literally.
Yeah,
Viola Davis did such an amazing job as Amanda Waller.
The Amanda Waller on Green Lantern, crap, garbage.
Forgettable. I don't even remember who played her.
The Amanda Waller on Arrow, crap, garbage. This Amanda Waller will eat the other two Amanda Wallers for breakfast.
She will shoot them when they least suspect it.
Because they don't have clearance.
Because they don't have clearance.
Alright, so now we're going to talk a little bit about the things we didn't like. A few of the things I didn't like, I would have preferred a little more screen time, like I'd mentioned this earlier, for Killer Croc and for Captain Boomerang.
And Katana.
And I could have done without Katana.
Well, she's already in it, so they might as well put more time.
It was a very generic plot. A lot of other movies have had this generic plot. It didn't bother me that much, although I kind of wish the plot would have been a little more original.
For me, with, going on with everything I said before, I thought that the battle with Enchantress should have been better. I've mentioned this multiple times to you, but to say it on the channel, I did not like that 20-minute freeze time with Killer Croc trying to throw the bomb so that Deadshot can shoot it. It was too slow. They went too long. They showed every wave that the Killer Croc had on his body. And it took too long. That entire battle was very cliche for me. You thought she was dead, but she wasn't. It was a letdown, the battle scene for me.
Closing statements?
I liked the movie. I think critics online are being a little too harsh on it.
I think they're on drugs, the critics.
I'm not saying that it's the best superhero movie ever. It's not. It really isn't. It's pretty good considering with all its faults, its good parts actually make up for it.
Definitely.
Does it deserve the hate that it's getting?
Absolutely
I don't think so.
Absolutely not. The critics are drinking from the DC hatred Kool-Aid. And it's very annoying.
But, it is what it is. I liked the movie. You liked the movie.
You
loved the movie, but you love all superhero movies, so.
So yeah, I guess my closing statements. It's a great movie. I had such a good time. I was laughing. I was in suspense. I was cheering. It was a great ride for me from the beginning to the very end. Very few things that I didn't really like about it or that I thought could be improved upon. But overall, great movie, great experience for me. I want to go see it again already.
I probably will see it again because there are people that I know who want to go see it, and I'll probably go.
And it's something I would definitely buy.
Yeah, maybe.
To add to it's a great addition to the DC cinematic universe. So let's give it a rating.
Out of what?
Out of 10 or out of 5? It's your choice.
Okay, out of 10.
Don't be the wild card.
I give it 7 out of 10 horrible Joker laughs.
I give it 9 out of 10 slow motion Killer Croc throws. So guys, this was our spoiler review for Suicide Squad. Did you like it? Or were you drinking the DC hating Kool-Aid? Let us know in the comments. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, give us a like. Give us a subscribe if you haven't already.
And don't forget to follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
The links to all those will be in the description below. And hope you guys enjoyed this review. We'll see you guys in the next one.